Good afternoon, welcome back with Lipa, Deshabille's magazine, and I'm Asuka Wefora, and today we're here with the women's wear and men's wear designer, Maurice Whittingham.
Hi, good afternoon, pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much for having us. I'm very excited about this interview, and so let's get on with it. Okay, so Maurice, if you could describe yourself with only 3 words, which words would they be?
Okay, my first one would be determined. It's mainly because I'm a determined guy, I'm a focused person. You get so many obstacles put in front of you, especially with the clothing industry, the fashion industry, that it's easy just to go, oh, I've had enough. And I've always wanted to create. I've always been a creative person. I've always, whether from when I was a teenager, altering trousers, clothes to be a little individual. And all the obstacles I still have now, trying to get myself across to people, trying to show people who I am and what I'm about, and what my clothes are about, mainly. It's a hard slog.
It is.
But my determination will make me push through. I'm not stopping. I know what I need to do to achieve my goals in life.
We're really glad that you're not stopping, because from what I've seen and from what the public is going to see from design, I'm pretty sure they're all going to think, especially the male audience.
Thank you.
I'm glad he's not stopping and
Thank
he's
you.
pushing through, so thank you very much. Next one?
Creative. The reason why creative, I'm always creating something. I don't really watch TV as such. I prefer to use my creative skills, not just with clothing. Sometimes I fancy making something out of soft furniture. I've made jewellery out of leather if I'm just sitting here bored, just to see what I can produce, to see if it works, to see if it can work with my collection as well. And I love just being creative within any aspects, with food as well. It's nice to experiment with different foods, because if you don't experiment, you don't know.
That's true, and that's something we will like, especially here in the Deshabille magazine. We like all this coupling, so that's a very interesting point. Good, that's good.
And thirdly, I'm a romantic.
Oh, that's something new for us.
I'm a romantic.
Okay.
I follow my heart, and I do what my heart tells me to do. Obviously, sometimes you can have conflict between the heart and the head, but 9 times out of 10, my heart rules my head, and I just go with the flow and what the passion drives me. You know, from a romantic side, I just love soft things, gentle things, beautiful things. I love to see the beauty of the world as much as I can.
I mean, I think so. We have determination, creativity, and romance. This is the mixture for your success, and it's quite good.
There's a few more I could add in there if you wanted to, but
that's true, but
anybody who knows me would say you're stupid.
No, it's quite cool. I feel like it's actually a very good mixture, because everything came out quite well. So yeah, that's to be noted.
Okay, cool.
So, could you tell me when it all started? When did you notice that this was the career, the road that you wanted to take? This is it. I'm going to design clothes.
Okay, that's more from when I was a child, and I wouldn't say to you I knew that I wanted to design clothes, but what I'd say is that my mum is extremely good. I'm self-taught, but my mum I still go and see my mum now when I'm making something. Mum, is the fit of this right? So on and so forth. She used to guide me on how to do certain things. And I was speaking with my brother the other day about how we used to dress as kids. We were all individual. So if a little story I can tell you, when I was at school, junior school, bell bottoms without side pockets, high waistbands. And I remember going into school, and one of the kids had on a pair of bell bottoms, 19-inch bottoms, high waist, 20 buttons. And I went home and I said to my mum, Mum, there's a guy at school who's wearing, 2 days later, 22-inch bell bottoms, bigger side pockets, bigger waistband. And I suppose that kind of inspired me to like things that were individual and personal, and how everybody you can look different on how you feel with yourself as a person. You don't need to follow the crowd. You can be an individual. And then as I got older, I always kind of delved into making clothes, and I've always made clothes for my friends or anyone that I was seeing at the time or anything like that. I'd always create and produce something. And I suppose over the last year and a half, 2 years, I've decided that, right, I need to follow my dream. I'm very flexible with my 9 to 5, so I work 9 to 5. And my brother's very flexible with me because I work with my brother, but I needed to express what was in my heart. And the time felt right. And the time was about 2 years ago. I designed the coat. I wore this coat out, a winter coat, and I got so much recognition from it that at first I was just going to design a series of men's coats for winter. Just thought, right, don't pressure yourself too much, just do what you think you're capable of. And then as time went on, it just went into everything from flip-flops to bags to everything. Yeah, and I just design everything.
Yeah, that's good. Oh my god, this is really nice. So you basically, you didn't accept that, okay, so that guy had this type of style, okay, that's it. You went for yourself. I can do something more.
It was when we used to speak about it as kids, and it was strange because I spoke to my brother yesterday about this question, and he said to me, God, do you remember when Mum made us them green tank tops in the 70s? And I was like, yeah, that's what I wore with my chocolate brown bell bottoms that Mum made me. And that, all of my family can make clothes, all of my brothers sew, not to the extent that I can sew, but all of my brothers can, that if they need to alter something, there's not a problem. They're all quite handy on the sewing machine.
So you would say also your family was also a nice environment and background?
Yeah. My mum basically made everything that we wore up to a certain point. So it always has. I could always walk down the road and feel a bit different, even though at the time I didn't know it. But as I've now grown older, to look back, I can probably say they were the early footsteps of how I'm doing what I'm doing now.
So if there can be and not be, it's up to you, is there anything that you would willing to change or compromise in what you're doing? You know, there are a lot of people that change their maybe some thoughts or technique in order to get to maybe the big catwalk or the big day, but I've noticed lately actually there are some things that people would absolutely not compromise with, but do you have anything that you would compromise with or something that you would never change or anything?
My mind's always open to new ideas. That's what I would say. But if my heart didn't take to whichever direction I was going, it would be difficult because I follow my heart and my passion's within my heart. So, and it's not necessarily about finances. The success that I need to have first and foremost is the success within me. That's what I find more importantly. If I'm happy within myself, I can then express what's inside to everybody, and hopefully they'll like what I've got inside. So I wouldn't compromise on certain things, but obviously there's things that I'd try to move to see if I could get somewhere else. But I've got a vision in my head of how I want to be and how I think my clothes should be. I don't want to sell out, if that's the right word to, if that's the right word to use. I don't want to sell out. I want to be me.
Yes.
I want to be Maurice Whittingham.
Exactly. I was about to say you want to be Maurice Whittingham, and of course, so you have to. There's some things obviously you cannot compromise.
Yeah, I can't compromise. I'm stubborn. One of the questions of the 3 that he asked me, I could have put stubborn in because I have a view on something, and I like to carry it through, and that's the way I see it.
Which is probably goes back into determination.
Yeah. You can look. You can. There's many paths that you can take in life. It just depends which path you want to take, yes, and which path suits you. And at the moment, it feels like I've chosen the right path, which is work by myself for now. So then, if anything that progresses, that's due to me. If anything doesn't go right, it's also due to me. So I couldn't blame anybody apart from myself, whichever way it goes.
So if we had to decide or think about something that you reference to for your designs and your collections? Is there anything or anybody or any, what do you take reference to, if anything at all?
I look at texture. Colours are really important to me. I don't really follow anybody. As I said, I follow what I feel is right structurally. Some people will look and think it's right, some will think it's not right. That's life. I can't, you know. So I just produce what I feel. The way, when I look at a man or a woman, I think, okay, let's work on proportions first and shape. Let's make sure that the basics are in place, and then we'll detail. I've seen a lot of designers who will design but not really work out proportions. And for me, proportions is paramount. Proportion and shape is paramount to how a garment comes out well. I also believe you can have fantastic fabric. If your proportions aren't right, it's not going to work. But you can have decent fabric, and if your proportions are right, you can get away with it. So that's my balance on that. But to be fair, I really like Rick Owens. I think his work's fantastic. He's got a very edgy look to his work, very stylish. It's wearable, and it's not saying that I look at his and copy his work. What I would say is that, because when I was reading his bio, it says that he's this gothic kind of, my clothes I want you to be able to wear anytime, in any occasion. So if you were going to a wedding and you wore one of my garments, not probably one of the coats, but one of the suits that I make, you'd stand out because you'd look a bit different, but you wouldn't feel that everyone's pointing at you. If you was going somewhere with your partner on a Saturday afternoon, girls normally dress elegantly, even if they're going into town. Guys, jeans, jacket, t-shirt.
That should change.
Guys, you can put on clothes and feel smart. That if the day progresses and you don't come home, you can continue the day by going for a nice meal with your partner, still looking as elegant as your partner, and carry on the whole day as one, instead of going, hold up a minute, I need to go home and get changed. People always say to me, Maurice, why do you dress? What for? Because I like dressing. I like to look nice.
No debating that. That is actually quite a very good answer, and I will have a lot of guys think about that as well, because it's true, there should be some balance. We always dressing up, and even a well dressed up guy is actually refreshing to the eyes. Like,
yeah, it is.
You see that, it's like, okay, he puts some, actually, look at that.
It's nice. It's nice to see guys putting effort into how they look, how they're groomed, how the combination of. There's some of my friends, their partners dress them. I couldn't live with that. But it just depends how much you love clothes and how much you don't. And it's simple. Everyone's got their own priorities in life, and clothes is one of mine. It's a big priority for me.
It also depends on the environment as well.
Yeah, of course.
I come from a culture where male or female, they'll put very much effort in,
into the way they look. Yeah.
Italy, like my brother would never leave the house if he's not on point with everything all the time today. So maybe you're going to bring this type of culture around here as well.
That would be nice.
That'd be great, yes. Nice. And then, I mean, when we see a collection later, I'm pretty sure that maybe I can start wearing it smart, right? So that'll be cool. Great.
Good.
So, I mean, this is the Xavier magazine, and we have, as you know, you saw our magazine focuses on fashion, but we try to tie it on with cuisines and travels as well. So, in this, the Xavier Coupling, we were wondering you can pick a collection if you want, for not all of it, because it might be hard, as we saw, he's very into cooking. So, if for maybe say the last collection, is there any cuisine or and traveling a place in the world that you can couple with your designs and collection?
Okay, first of all, I'd say I don't want anybody to put me in a box and say this is where your clothes are. So where I am is I love the beauty of the world. I haven't seen enough of the world. I've seen certain places. I've done a decent amount of travelling. Would I couple my clothes with anywhere in the world? No, because I want my clothes to be versatile for all of them. And that's the way I look at it.
It's good. It's
okay.
Good.
Food-wise, I love Thai food. I love Caribbean food. I love French food. I've been blessed to have 2 women in my life who are great cooks. One is my mother, and one was my ex-wife, a French woman, great cook. And I love food, and I love to experiment, because food is about experimentation.
It is.
And if you don't experiment, then how do you know? How do you know what suits your palate?
Sure. So that's good. So it's basically, it's interesting, because I get your feeling, they will probably get the feeling as well, that when you wear this clothes, it's more about like personalizing yourself. You take it and make it yours.
When you put on a garment of mine, I want you to have a sense of an occasion. That's the way I feel. You feel a bit mysterious, smart, elegant, to know that you could walk into somewhere and you potentially know that people are going to look at you. Not the whole crowd of people, because then people can be a bit scared of that. But you'll more than likely get noticed because of the little detail. I try not to go OTT. I try to have nice detail, little details.
It is all about the details.
It is all about the detail.
I agree. Perfect. I like it. I feel like, especially now, where, as I was mentioning before, it's so easy to just travel from one place to another, just picking a plane. It's not like in the 50s where you had to send a letter, you stay in your own little country forever. Like this whole idea of being global is I appreciate that, and it's very good.
Yeah, I just think that modern transport, airplanes take you everywhere so quickly. So I try not to segregate, even though we have different, simple thing is climate. One part of the world's absolutely steaming hot, and the other side is freezing cold. Yes. But we try to mix them, because we can get from one place to the other pretty quickly. So if you can be versatile with your clothes. So I'd like to say that my clothes are open for everybody.
If you could tell the public and look at them, any message or something that you would like them to take from everything, something you really would want to tell them?
Obviously, I'd like them to my website. Will be out on the 28th of August for pre-bookings, for you guys to have a look through. I hope you enjoy what you see. It's mauricewhittinghamcouture.com. From a personal point of view, anybody who, I believe that you should always follow your heart, follow your dreams. It's essential to life. You want no regrets out of life. We want to live and be happy. And don't be afraid to express yourself. Be an individual. Peace.
That's a very good message. Thank you so much, Maurice.
No problem at all.
And next we will see some of his collection. Maurice will explain to us a few of his garments that he drawn and he's had. And so he will tell us in detail what the clothes represent and how it did, and anything else that he wants to know about the clothes.
No problem at all.
We'll see you in the video. So we're back here with Maurice Whittingham, and he's going to show us some of his collection, particularly 2 garments, one for men and one for women. So the first one is a nice men outfit, which Maurice is going to introduce us.
Okay, I haven't named him as yet, but I will in time. Inspiration, it's military, it's futuristic military. It's got wool neck and wool cuffs. Leather detail, obviously, as you can see, single pocket, and it's offset to one side. Okay, I try to put 2-way zips in all of my clothes because it gives you a different look. It gives you options, and I like options in the clothes that I wear. So obviously you can wear it straight, or if you've ate a bit, you can pull it up to here. Then you can drop it like so and wear it with just the neck done up. It's a nice. If you walk in, this will then open up and show the detail of what you're wearing underneath. Okay, unclip the neck, it's pretty simple. And underneath, I'm going to take this off, you have, let's rest that down here. You have the waistcoat, again, as you can tell, I do like to work with a bit of leather for detail. But I don't like to go OTT, just little strips of leather. I think brightens it up, gives it a bit of depth. Offset with a slight curvature on the front. Leather details on the welt pockets. on the welts. If this one's just a plain back waistcoat, simple traditional cut, but if I can turn this around a sec, I sculpt the back of the waistcoat to give you more definition. If you, when you sculpt the back like that, the man's body will portray a more of a physique. Okay?
So emphasizes figure.
Yeah, emphasizes the shape. Even if you don't have necessarily the best shape in the world, that will give you...
That's a good point. Yes, that helps right there.
That helps. Okay, trousers. I wanted to do something a bit funky, change it up a bit. So I don't like this skirt effect. I'm not the first and I won't be the last to do it, but I like it. Gladiators, Romans, men, powerful men used to wear skirts way back when. So guys who are running away from it, don't be scared, get in touch with your femininity, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. The shirt, pleated cuffs and pleated collars. Very technical, hard to do, but it gives a great effect to shirts. Shirts normally come across normal collars, normal cuffs. I wanted to do something simple but wearable, something quite classic, and I think I've achieved it with this. Again, and I work a lot with shape, proportions, how it fits, the end result. If the shirt's too big on a guy with a good physique, for me, there's no point. What's the point in somebody working so hard to get their torso looking a certain shape and you just put a bag on them? Let's embrace the man's body. Again, no, I don't need to undo that really. The trousers, again, I put this round just to give it more detail, layers. I like the layer effect. And I think it's something that you could wear for different occasions. And that's what I'm looking for, clothes that you can wear for different occasions. Maybe there's somebody who might want to put a pair of Converse on and do it that way. Someone wants to put a pair of shoes on. I've also made the matching tie, which has pleats in it, so you could put a tie on if you want. I like my outfits to be versatile. And it's got a single pocket at the back.
Oh, that's interesting. That's the first time I've seen that type of detail actually.
Okay, it's men's trousers are so hard to make look unusual. So I thought, okay, I went running. That's really my jogging trousers. I thought that's a nice idea. You get ideas from anywhere. Anything you can look at, you can probably get an idea out of. It just depends how you want to incorporate it into your wear. And I use the pocket there.
That's a very good detail.
Okay.
It's quite original. Thank you very much. Next, we're going to talk about the woman garment, which is going to explain to us.
Okay, this is one of my women's wear. It's kind of classic, futuristic. That's the way I've been told my work is, so that's a great point. Again, as you can tell from the last one, I do like to use leather detail. It's a simple shape, just well proportioned. Two-way zip again. And this is more like, this is a coat dress. We don't really need the big winter coats because everywhere, when you get to a certain age, you travel everywhere in car and you step out of the car and you walk to a bar or a restaurant, which is 50 feet away 9 times out of 10. You come out of a taxi and you go straight into somewhere. So I was thinking that you don't necessarily need a big heavy coat that you have to take off. Let's make the whole outfit is something that you step out of the car, walk into a bar or a restaurant and you can stay there all night just the same, yeah, without playing about. Hence, I'm going to quickly turn to the back. Hence, we've got open back, so it keeps it nice and feminine.
Well, the ladies will like.
Yeah, that's a nice one. You can also, if you wanted to, you could turn the collars up. The higher you can go on the collars, you can go right up to there to give you a bit of detail. Again, with the zip, you can zip down. It just depends how you want to wear it. The skirt is again simple pencil skirt, cut with the same detail. A-line pencil skirt, sits on the hips, so you can show, if you zip it up to a certain length, if you're not wearing anything underneath apart from this, you can show a bit of your stomach if you're that confident. But it's a nice, simple ladies' wear.
Very nice. I think this was strike a chord with the ladies definitely, and I really liked the bag. That was a nice surprise.
Well, it's nice because I think you can, there's different occasions you can wear it for, and that's the kind of market that I'm looking at. Something you can wear all the time for any occasion and still feel special.
This is it, look at this. So we're definitely looking forward to seeing this on the market quite soon, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be there, so make sure to look around for Maurice Whittingham, and I'll be wearing this coat next maybe. Who knows, yes? Yes?
It's August the 28th with Maurice Whittingham Couture. You can have a look on the website. You might be provisionally, you can have a look. Send me some emails, place your orders, and we can go from there. Thank you very much.
There you go. Thank you for watching. See you next time.